Thoughts of our panel now: Leslie Shedd, Republican strategist, and Joy Cheney, Democratic strategist. And Leslie, to you first. All of this talk of sending ground troops to Carg Island, and President Trump himself admitting that it could turn into a longer than planned operation. Does he have the support of the American people for such an operation, do you think?
Well, I think taking Carg Island it's an interesting tactic, right? I mean, it really would be a way to just cut off the lifeblood of the Iranian regime. I do think that it's something that we could do. We have, again, significant military capabilities, especially when you're talking about bringing in our special operators. The harder problem will be holding it. So I would be interested to hear from the Defense Department and from others about our plans actually to be able to hold the island once we took it. As far as support goes, I think that the American people support getting rid of the Iranian regime. They know that Iran poses a significant threat to U.S. national security, and it has for quite some time. What the American people don't want is a forever war, right? They don't want the United States to once again be in a country in the Middle East where nobody wants us, and American military personnel are dying for, another country. I haven't really heard the president make any kind of indication that that's what he is looking for, or that is his intention. Of course, the Defense Department is going to look at a myriad of options and give all of those to the president so that he can choose what is best. But I don't foresee us getting in that. I think the American people in general are going to be supportive of the outcome. I really do see us being able to wrap this up in a significant way in the next couple of weeks.
Leslie, though, when you're saying there about regime change, the president himself, when we play the clip at the start of the programme, seems to be convinced that the regime has changed at this point. So does that not, if I'm following your point correctly, sort of say that he should be trying to get out of this rather than looking at other ways of getting further in?
None of us on this show really have all of the same information that the president has, right? So we're kind of playing
we wish we did.
We're playing a little bit of a guessing game here to determine exactly, where the Iranian regime is and what they're doing. I've heard all kinds of rumors. I'm sure y'all have too, right? Including the fact that the regime leadership has left Tehran. They're in some kind of, place in northern Iran, in a different place. Nobody has seen the brand new Ayatollah. There's been rumors he's been injured. No one is quite sure how badly. So I think there's a fair argument to be made that, when you kill a lot of the leadership and get rid of the Ayatollah, you have changed the regime. Now, this new regime might have similar priorities and similar ideas as the previous one, but most of the leadership is gone.
Joy, can I ask you about Carg Island, this idea of sending in American ground troops there, Marines and so on? I mean, it sounds relatively simple. It is a tiny island, 8 square miles, I think, but most military experts say there would be American casualties trying to take it, then trying to hold it and trying to resupply it as well. So to what extent do you think if those troops do go in, if this isn't just a bluff by the White House, it could be the start of a kind of quagmire for the American military?
We're already in a quagmire. And the fact of the matter is, why hasn't it happened already? If it's so easy, why hasn't anyone else done it? Is it that Donald Trump is the bravest man, or is he sometimes not the most strategic? I'll edit my words there. The fact of the matter is, keeping it is the problem. How do we get out is the problem. It always is, and it's where we always end up. It's easy to start something, it's difficult to finish it. I'm not an Iranian expert or a foreign policy one like Leslie, but I am an America expert. The American people aren't thinking about Iran. They think it's a bad regime. They think there's probably a country, maybe that's an enemy of the United States. But they didn't want a war. They didn't see that there was any kind of imminent threat, and no case has been made that there was an imminent threat against the United States that would cause us to proactively engage in a war with them, no matter what the president or what day he is on calling it a war versus a excursion or whatever. He's declared war on them, and now we have to have peace negotiations. The American people care about what's on their dinner table, the bills that are coming in their mail or via their email every month. They care about what their gas prices say, and they know that this war is going to bring more American soul in a body bag This war is going to raise the cost of gas and already has. I drive a hybrid. A lot of Americans don't. I live in a city. A lot of Americans, and in particular, a lot of his voters don't. The price of gas will hit them particularly hard. So yes, they want to support the president. But the fact of the matter is, this is what he said he was not interested in: regime change, endless wars, getting into something without having a clear exit. And yet he has done all of it. I think he's done it to serve whatever his political ends are. Worse, he's doing it in an election year.
Okay.
He does not have, so this is a problem for him and a problem for us. We're not supportive.
Joy, thank you very much. Joy Cheney, their Democratic strategist, Leslie Shedd, Republican strategist. We're going to be back with you shortly, but for now, you are watching The Context USA here on BBC News.